presidents to represent me. I'm out for presidents to represent me. I'm out for presidents to represent.
What's going on? It's your boy Nimo. And
Heather be nice.
yeah, man, we back with the part 2 of Mr. Abdul Abbott, video movie director. How you doing, man?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good. So,
Okay, that's what's up.
everybody, got some of the things, about you before, but we gonna reiterate it again for everybody this time. So, tell them some of the works you've done and some of the things you've done in the business.
Okay, cool. So, what's up, everybody? Abdul, Malik, Abbott here, here in LA. So basically, I'm a New Yorker, hence the hat. Film producer, film director, editor, cameraman, I'm a filmmaker,
Okay.
basically, and I also produce music. And some of the projects, I did a lot of music videos for Jay-Z. I guess that's my claim to fame. I'll just have to live with it.
Right.
So I helped start off Jay-Z's career as his music video director, sort of exclusively at Rockefeller for a while. Music video for Jay-Z, as well as State Property, the first one for
Classic.
Rockefeller Films, Lionsgate, starring Beanie Siegel and Ash, and of course Jay-Z was in it, doing a couple cameos. So I'm a filmmaker, still working right now here in LA, and under quarantine right now, so a little stressed, but we'll get through it.
Absolutely. So, tell us a little bit, of course, you're from New York, so what part of New York you actually from? And, what was your upbringing?
Okay. Yeah, I was raised in Harlem, 121st Street, 7th Avenue, aka Adam Clayton Powell Boulevard. And I went to Music and Art High School, which is also in Harlem. And I studied art, so I was an artist, drawing, painting, illustration. That was my introduction to wanting to be a filmmaker. Actually, my real introduction to wanting to be a filmmaker was my father and a teacher at Studio Museum of Harlem. And so I saw he was doing that. And I was like, okay, that's something I never thought of. I always liked movies, but I didn't think about making them.
Right.
That was my introduction, and then got out to film school. I had to do visual arts and study film production. And that was really, I took the proper route of studying the craft, and not just directing, but everything.
So we're gonna fast forward a little bit. Your claim to fame. One thing everyone wants to know is, how did you find Jay-Z, or Jay-Z and his crew find you? How did that relationship even start?
I think we found each other because
Okay.
I met. Let's see. I just told the story. I seen Jay-Z around.
Right.
He was in a video, Jazzo, Big Jazz.
Right.
And I remember working on the video. I didn't direct it. I was just doing sound.
I said my name is Jazz, and she did amaze me when she said the rapper, yeah, me and my partner Jay-Z. My witness, wasn't she stacked? Wasn't she pumping, slamming, working? So true indeed, black.
So that's the first time I saw him. I don't even think he was doing anything. He was just visiting.
Okay.
And then when I did the video for Original Flavor. They were on Atlantic Records.
So Original Flavor was signed?
Yeah.
I never knew they
had
signed.
like an album.
Oh, okay.
They had an album. So they already had a video before I did a video for them, and for Can I Get Open.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did a video for them called All That. And in the video, Jay-Z was in the video, but he was just kind of in the background. He wasn't one of those people who just wanted to be in the camera, like, yo, what's up, all that.
Right.
Because, most videos back then, it was always like the rappers were behind the fence.
Right, exactly.
Or the junkyard and stuff.
Right.
So it was like 94. It was like 94.
Uh-huh.
So and like I said, Damon was the manager for Original Flavor. So
Right.
that's how I met Damon, and then much later, maybe like a couple of months later, the video came out and was actually doing pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
And I ran into Damon in Manhattan, and he was like, "Oh, I got this artist, Jay-Z. We want to do a video. We don't really have a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
We're just starting a record label." I didn't remember the name of the record label. I mean, it was Rockefeller, but I mean,
Right.
I didn't know what he was talking about.
Right.
Because I was just thinking about Rockefeller Center. But,
Right.
Yeah. They didn't even have an office by the time we did the video. You know,
Really?
We did the one video for I Can't Get With That.
Right.
So that was the first solo Jay-Z video, him by himself.
Right.
So we shot over at Marcy Projects, and then we shot it over in Brooklyn, near the Brooklyn Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And we just went all out and called in a lot of favors, and it happened. So that was the beginning.
Right.
And that came out. It was local. It was only on like Video Music Box.
Right.
You know, that Ralph McDaniel show.
Okay.
And then, then after that, we did another video for In My Lifetime.
Absolutely.
And
Classic.
we decided to go to St. Thomas for that.
Yeah. How was the trip in St. Thomas?
It was cool. I mean, I brought like a small crew out, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they afforded it, but they brought out all their friends and all these different girls.
Yeah.
A bunch of girls, and we also just took over this one hotel,
Okay.
and we just and well, we were working, so I can't really say it was fun.
Right.
It was fun video, but it was work.
Right. Right.
The only time we hung out was the last day after we were done. But yeah, I always remember that. Yeah, it's always work. Like the videos on the camera is actually a lot of work.
Yeah. That's dope. That's dope. So like, how do you think the videos have changed? You know, as far as directing since you've done, you know, Streets is Watching to now. Like, how do you think that the way you guys approached the videos back then, how do you think they've changed in today's society?
There's different. Right now, there's different levels.
Right.
There's like the high level of the signed artists, Cardi B's, the Beyonce's, and The Weeknd, or whoever.
Right.
And they got budgets and everything's hunky-dory.
Right.
They don't have to shoot and film anymore, they shoot video, but besides that, there's budgets is happening. Then there's that in between where the artist is signed, but they don't really spend a lot of money on the videos.
Right.
And then there's that third level of the GWC, and I call it the guys with the camera videos, where you just get a HD camera and you learn how to use it, and you just go ahead and shoot. It could be one person shooting the video.
Right.
And some of those videos are cool, and some of them are just very random, just shots. Like the storytelling is not. There's a bunch of good videos out there. Don't get me wrong. There's a bunch of garbage videos out there too.
Absolutely. I was waiting on you to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing that makes it watchable is they're clear because the HD is clear, so you can see it.
Right.
But besides that, there's no storytelling. It's just cut, shots, cut, and that's that.
Right.
But it also has to do with the fact that it's independent. So if that's what they can afford to do, that's what they're gonna do.
Right.
You know, when I do videos for Boss, it's coming out of our pocket.
Right.
It's just that I guess I kind of know what I'm doing, but you know,
Right.
I'll direct the video. But we don't have a budget, so
Exactly.
we gotta do what to do.
Right.
Luckily, I can pull fingers and I can do a lot myself.
Right.
But it's hard to be in the video playing the bass and shooting it at the same time.
Right.
Exactly.
Which I've done.
Really? Yeah. That's dope. Yeah. Any
So
questions?
the creativity is there sometimes, but sometimes it's not. So it's just, to me now, the music video world is just like the music. You gotta be creative, or you're just gonna look like everybody else.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, now, not to cut you off, but now speaking on Dame, you know, the Dame that we see now is, you know, he's out of the box, he's loud, he's argumentative, you know, but he's right about a lot of stuff that he says. But saying that, was that the same Dame, the same Dame that we see now? Was that the same Dame back then when you guys were doing business?
No, he was quite different when I was working with him. He was always loud and funny and obnoxious.
Right.
I'm not saying anything, but
Right.
But he was also nice. He was a nice guy when I was hanging out. We were friends. So
Right.
It was more like, I think as he got in more into the business, maybe he just got pissed off. I don't know.
Right.
It seems like it's a totally different person.
Right.
Than it was met him. From its energy is slightly different.
Right.
So I can't. It's hard to balance the two. It's almost like two different people.
Right.
I can't really say anything. I can't say what he's up to these days without feeling like something must have happened in between. You know,
Exactly.
I stay away from any gossip.
Right.
If there's beef, I don't pay attention to it because it ain't got nothing to do with me. So I always hope that people will make up whatever issues they have and sort of squash them.
Absolutely.
But I always felt like there's got to be something else going on behind the scenes.
Right.
And you could be radical on your opinion,
Mm-hmm.
but if you're so radical, you start to your truth gets overtaken by your anger. Then you might be missing. You might miss the point, or people might miss your point because they just see the turned up version.
Yep.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Have you spoke to Dame since being out here in LA?
Nope.
Wow.
I don't think so. No. Not at all. I have not. I never see him. I never run into him.
Right.
I reached out to him maybe a couple months ago
Mm-hmm.
because if someone ever gets this back to him, the guy who came up with the state property script passed away a while ago.
Wow.
And I think the writers guild was trying to reach out
Mm-hmm.
because they had some money for the family or something like that. So they contacted me,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't really know the writer. I just had to rewrite the script to fit the budget, blah blah blah. So I'm credited as a co-writer. So they reached out to me, and I reached out to him, but he never responded. So I was like, okay,
Right.
money's just sitting there.
Wow.
Sitting there, so.
Wow.
But I reconnected with Biggs Berg, who was also co-founder of Rockefeller Records.
Absolutely.
He's out there doing with St. John, his artist.
Yeah.
And I ran into Jay last year.
So how did they get it before you guys finished? Did somebody leak it, or how did that go?
I don't know. I can only imagine that when I give a tape to somebody at Rockefeller, you just leave. If you leave, you know, it was very open. It wasn't no security or anything, so anyone could just take a tape off the desk and walk out the room.
Right.
And then next thing you know, give it to someone else, and they make copies and put it out.
Right.
But I do know it wasn't. Pieces Watching wasn't even finished before it was leaked.
Wow. That's crazy. But that's how bad people wanted it. It was.
Yes, but you know, I just know the whole thing market just killing the box up at one time.
Yeah.
I think the last controversy I heard was Dame beefing with Monique, the photographer.
Okay.
That's it.
Wow.
After that, I was like, I don't even know, because I know her.
Right.
I know Dame.
Right.
And she had told me what happened before I saw a video of him yelling at her and all that stuff. I was like, yo, that's just crazy.
Right. Right.
I felt embarrassed watching the video.
I know it. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I felt bad for her too because, you know, she was crying up the blues for real. So
Wow.
I don't know how it all worked out. To be honest.
Right.
This is pretty recent.
Oh, really? Wow, I didn't see that.
No. Now we gonna look that up.
Now we gotta look that up, right?
See, you gave us something. No.
It's floating around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, that's great.
She was a photographer back when I was shooting stuff, and she was basically, I think she was trying to get some of her work reviewed for the, what was that? Contact High. You remember Contact High?
No.
You missed that. That
No.
was last year. Contact High was basically an exhibition, a photography exhibition focused on hip hop.
Wow.
It was basically Contact High, which is the contact sheets. So they would show all these different album covers, the photo shoots over at the Annenberg.
You do.
You know, I think it moves around the United States. I'm pretty sure you missed it because it was up there for about a year.
Uh-huh.
The first night was dope. It was presented by Fab Five Freddy, and it was a concert.
Oh wow.
With Anderson .Paak, and it was pretty fun. And it was there for probably like maybe 6 months or something. I think I went there 4 times. That's how dope it was.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
That sound dope.
It does. So like, with you filming, like who is some people that's like movie directors or video directors that impress you now? You know, like, or that was influencing to you coming up?
See, Marcus Nispel. I don't know if you know who he is.
No.
Like, there's a lot of people who I worked for.
Right.
I just got to watch them on set. So basically, when I came up, I was a playback operator, sound person. The playback, I would record and do playback music videos, which plays the music or records the sound depending on the treatment.
Right.
So I would work on these sets and watch these other directors work. So Marcus Nispel was one of them. I think he's German or something, but he was kind of mean, but he was always nice to me.
Right.
But so I liked his work, and who else did I really like? There's a guy who did Bad Boy, Michael Bay.
Michael Bay. Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out
So
to Michael
Bay
Bay.
was pretty dope because he did a lot of videos. He like always did a lot of storylines. So I liked the videos with the storylines. I wasn't a big fan of like just the movie videos that came out.
Right.
Because there was a point in time where that's all you saw.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ass, artists, cars, ass.
Money, drinking, ass.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I never really wrote those treatment movies. I did it once for the Face Off, but that was very specific.
Right.
But in the catalog, the work I did, I would go out of my way to not do that.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, you know, I'm not going to try to placate to the audience and be like, oh, it's because I respect women. I mean, I do, but it wasn't even that. It was like, there's a place for that. If it fits, cool, I'm with it. I want to see eye candy. But if your whole video is based around hot girls, all the videos look the same. You can take the artist out.
Absolutely.
Take the artist out.
Yep.
They use the same girls.
Right.
So if you guys, you know, there were girls who would get like the $15,000, $7,000 at the end of the video. Some of them,
Wow.
like Superhead, you know.
Yeah.
Superhead, but she from the video. It's like that was a video from
Right. Right.
Layla, Era, or whatever her name is. Like there's a lot of girls who came up on videos.
Yeah.
There was an era where girls wanted to be video vixens.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Right? I mean, yeah. So you know the video vixens. That was a thing back in the day. So personally, I didn't do that. One, we probably couldn't afford $15,000 girls or
Right.
$7,000. But there was a time where that was it. That's all you saw.
Yep.
Right.
And it was usually the same few directors who did it, so it all looked the same. It's the only thing that was different was the artists, but the girls were the same.
Right. Right.
I don't even know what the question was.
It was the
Which directors or anybody inspired you?
I would say, like I said, Michael Bay, Marcus Nispel. But besides that, no one really.
Yeah.
It was always just a vibe.
Right.
It was mostly movies that inspired me more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
So what's one of the movies that, like, what's your favorite all-time movie of all time?
I don't have one. I wouldn't even try to tell you. Because I don't have one. It's like it's too many.
Yeah, it's too many.
Yeah, I can tell you like one movie that inspired a video.
Okay.
I think it was '95. Remember that movie Heat by Michael Mann?
Man, classic.
Yeah, with Al Pacino and
Yes.
Robert De Niro.
Yes.
So that movie inspired Dead President's video.
Wow.
Dead President.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Okay.
we took out of that was like the whole cat and mouse game with the cops chasing the bad guys.
Right.
And the bad guys, the street hustlers.
Right.
And the cops chasing them. So we took that theme of that one part in the movie where the bad guys are watching the cops, and then the cops are watching the bad guys, and then they're following them and taking pictures. So we did that. Subtle little nod to that movie.
Right.
Everyone had that video so much. I think I did that same treatment, that same concept 2 more times in other people's videos.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
We want to do it like the Dead President's one. So I know I did a video for All City.
Yeah.
And that one was called A Hot Joint, and that one was basically the same concept.
Yeah. Dope
Me
concept.
saying, it wasn't like me saying, let's do that. It was them like, oh, we want to do it like that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do it like that. So I would say Heat would be the top influencer, because I did a short film, and I always reference Heat
Yeah.
as like one of the ultimate crime movies.
It is. It's a classic.
Where's it about? Because you really for the cops and you for the bad guys.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Absolutely. I mean, through doing so much with, Jay-Z in the beginning, I mean, did you see that he was going to be who he is now, this billionaire guy, all this? I mean, did you foresee that, even doing that back then?
Well, I would lie. I'd be lying if I said, yeah, he'd be a billionaire.
Right.
That's kind of that high bar.
Right.
But yes, I always believed in him as a talent.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had to basically work for very little money.
Right.
Because they didn't really have. Well, if they had money, they weren't spending it on the videos. So
Right.
first, you have to believe in a person as a person.
Right.
You can't be a dick.
Right.
I'm not
right.
Or an asshole, so you have to be a true talent and have talent and have all the positive things that make me want to invest myself in your career. So that's what I did. I was like, I'm going to invest myself in this guy's career, period.
Right.
So, and I was just starting out as a director as well.
Right.
So I'm trying to do my best.
Right.
So I'm not cutting any corners. Oh, he doesn't have a lot of money, I'm going to cut corners. Like, no, I'm going to go all out.
I wish people still believe like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I said I wish people still believe like you did back then. Totally different now.
So, that's true. So even when I was shopping myself as a director to different record labels, I would only have new videos, but I would always play Jay-Z's video and say, yo, you should check this guy out. Maybe you can sign him, because he
Dope.
wasn't signed. They had Rockefeller Records, but they didn't really have distributors. They were just getting small deals. They were getting small deals here and there, like Payday Records was distributed.
I remember that. Yeah.
But I would go in and shop Jay-Z. Just
Dope.
not even like, oh, hire me. I was like, take a look at him. And they were like, oh, well, we don't know. Because I think Biggie was hot at that time. Biggie was pretty hot.
Yeah.
So they were just saw Biggie. Like, oh, who's this skinny guy? Oh, who's this guy? I
Right.
only had 2 videos at the time with Jay-Z, so it was hard to sell them.
Right.
But I believed in him like 100%. Like, this guy is good. He's a good person. He's funny. He's humble. Everything on the record, I didn't see it, so I didn't see him hustling. Oh, I just saw him hustling as an artist. I didn't see him hustling in the streets.
Right.
So I thought it was cool that this cat, as well as with Damon, Biggs, like these guys were really hungry. They wanted to make it. So
Right.
I was like, well, they believe in me enough to put it in there and put their careers in my hands. So I have to return the favor.
Absolutely. I'm glad you did. You got a lot of classics out of it.
I mean, other people work with them too. But, you know,
Right.
I know what I and wish they just had more money.
Right.
honestly, to spend videos, and that, I'll say it out loud. It's like, they didn't spend a lot of money on the videos, but I made sure we had enough to get it done. But
Yeah.
it definitely, we definitely cut corners to make those videos happen.
Right. So I know you got in the stash, I know it's crazy. I know you got a lot of footage that no one else has. Is that true?
I don't.
Really?
Some.
Really?
Yeah, because I should have kept it. But the thing was, you're hired to do it, so you really can't keep it.
Yeah, that's true too.
So you're supposed to hand it in.
Right.
So I handed it in. And I do remember when they had the office on Fifth Avenue, that was just like the storage area. They just threw all the tapes and negative and all that stuff on the ground. And
Wow.
back, and I went back there, I was like, why is all this stuff thrown on the floor? So I didn't go and take it. So there's the stuff that's just not there.
Wow.
Not there.
I would have thought you had a lot of it.
Yeah.
So you got
I
any?
have some, but
Yeah.
not really.
Absolutely.
I have some like stuff from Miami when we were shooting the Ain't No video.
Mm-hmm.
But back then, you didn't hire anybody. You didn't really hire anybody to shoot behind the scenes, so the footage be all shaky.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm with the cameraman. I was just funny you brought that up. I was now starting to like go back and look at old stuff.
Really?
Like, what can I use? Because I wanted to do a chronicle my
Yeah.
career on
Absolutely.
a documentary.
Absolutely.
So I started to look at footage, and some of that stuff is so terrible. I mean, it's watchable, but it's just like the person shooting it is.
Yeah, but man, that's the raw footage that people want to see.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Yep.
So yeah, I have some of that. But it's not like professional.
Right. Right.
Right. Yeah, a lot of that stuff that should have been saved. I don't think it was saved.
Wow. I don't have
Like
anything
someone
else.
else has it, like but it seems like everything gets leaked at some point.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you guys did you cross paths with Puff? You like early on?
Me and Puff, yes and no. I met Puff. I'm always when I was in New York, I was everywhere. Like I was always like. And the funny thing is, I'm still the same person. I was very low key.
Right. We could tell.
But I'm assuming anything. So. And then, like I mentioned, I worked on so many videos doing sound. But the first time I remember seeing him was on a Jodeci video.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like showing them how to dance. Like he was like, I think he was still, they were on Uptown.
Right.
So he was working with Andre Harrell. So I just remember him just outside dancing around with no shirt on. I'm like, who is this guy? He's showing them how to move in the video.
Yeah.
And so that's the first time I remember meeting him or DC.
Mm-hmm.
And then I didn't pay him any mind because he was just on the come up, and so was everybody else. So it wasn't a big thing. And then it was this whole controversy over at City College that there was this concert they were having, and it was a stampede, and some people got killed.
Wow.
And his name and Heavy D's name was on the list as part of the venue.
Wow.
So that was a big thing back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember I would see him around, but he was like real low key at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So that sort of died. And then I just watched him on the come up. I would just see him around, like like I said, I'm on like so many different sets.
Right.
Even on when we were doing the show. Remember that show, the movie The Show?
Yes.
Concert.
Yes.
So
Classic.
So I know I'm filming him on stage with Biggie.
Wow.
And I think I was there when he first introduced Biggie at the Apollo.
Wow.
He came out and they were doing Party and Bullshit, the song Party and Bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm,
quote
like,
that
I'm
song
always
to
there,
this
day.
like, watching these moments. You know what I mean?
Right.
And when I did Streets is Watching, I knew that actually, let me back up. So when Rockefeller was trying to blow up,
Mm-hmm.
it was like that's when Bad Boy was really blowing up.
Real. Yeah.
So I think at that time it was like everyone was just really focused on Rockefeller blowing up. So you had to sort of just pick your side. So
Right.
Team Rock, everyone else was Bad Boy. So
Wow.
I didn't really think about Bad Boy and Biggie connecting with Jay-Z until I found out that they were actually friends.
Right.
And like Jay really respected so much so that when we shoot that President's video
Mm-hmm.
and the whole thing of them playing Monopoly and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were ready to shoot that joint, but Biggie wasn't there. Jay would not shoot that scene without him. So I remember just
Wow.
waiting for hours for him to show up. He was mad late, and but he eventually showed up and we shot it.
That's dope.
But the point I was making is that I never really connected with Puff. I think once I did Streets is Watching,
Mm-hmm.
Bad Boy had reached out to the person, my manager, or trying to be not a manager, but sales rep.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, oh, Biggie, Puff wants to meet you because he really likes Streets is Watching. So I had a meeting with Puff, but when I found it was someone else, it was like the A&R at Bad Boy. They just wanted to meet me and try to think of doing something similar
Right.
to Streets is Watching.
Mm.
But we never got around to doing it. And I think at one point we were supposed to do something with Black Rob. I remember Black Rob.
Yes. Whoa.
He was up. And we were going to do something similar, like storyline,
Mhm.
Streets is Watching vibe. But
I can see
he got
that.
locked up.
Yeah.
It was a wrap on that. Like, I remember I went and met him and
Yeah.
he scouted. We were ready to shoot, and then he got locked up.
Wow. That would have been dope though.
Yeah, I never really had a one-on-one with Puff.
I think you mentioned last time we talked. I think we mentioned my daughter had a Aaliyah shirt on. Like, what do you have? Like, was you ever on set with Aaliyah? I know you've met her, but like, ever on set doing a video or anything for Aaliyah?
No, I never worked on a Philly video.
Mm-hmm.
At friends, but I
Right.
met Aaliyah at a party for state property. That was it.
Wow.
She was just the nicest person.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a short window of time that I actually met her.
Okay.
I got no story.
Okay. So, what you got? Who would you like to work with in the business as of like right now, like today? Somebody you haven't got a chance to work with, but you would love to.
Acting wise or music wise or
It could be music.
meeting them?
Yeah, like directing, doing a project with them. Anything artistic with.
I would like to work with Common.
Yeah.
I would like to work with Childish Gambino because he's
Yeah.
crazy talented.
Yes, he is.
Who else? It's hard to say. It's like so many.
I know,
people
right?
that you're- I mean, because there's also people I actually already worked with that I would love to work again. But,
Right.
I worked with Denzel. That was like the highlight of my life.
I know it.
Have Blade come out with Wesley playing Blade. I know it's not gonna happen, but
Right.
out of it, like I would love to be able to direct that, like take it to another level.
Yeah. That would have been dope.
Music wise, I would love to work with her, the artist her.
Oh wow. Okay.
One of my favorites.
Yeah.
Oh, word. Okay, that's what's up. And I would love to work with Daniel Caesar. I would love to
Oh
work
yeah.
with Lucky Day. I would-
Yes.
You said all.
playing my playlist right now. Snow Allegra, she's coming up.
I met him last year at the BET Awards. I was shooting for BET in France, and we were like the last little group at the blue carpet.
Right.
And no one really knew who he was, but I knew who he was because his first single had already come out, and I played it so many times that I don't even play it anymore because I played it to death.
Yep.
Right.
But we were about to do his interview, and I had to step around the thing, around the rope, and they don't want anybody who's through on the carpet. But I was like, dude, your album's dope. I know who you are, blah, blah, blah. And he was so humble, and he was like, thank you. And then come to find out on the show, they were like featuring him as like the artist.
Right.
I was like, oh, that's cool. Because they did that with Anish and Pat like a
Mhm.
year
Mhm.
ago, like a year before that. Because I'm a big fan of his too. Like he's super talented. I don't think he's an actor, but he's super talented as a musician and a singer
Mhm.
and a rapper. Like I think the
Yeah.
last album didn't have a rap on it. It was just singing. I think he got a Grammy for R&B
Yeah.
and not for. So
That's crazy.
those are people who I'd like to work with. Janae Aiko.
Yes.
Work with her. She's so like spiritual and all over the place with her vibe.
Right.
All over the place. It's like and wise.
Yeah.
Right.
It's hard to explain her style.
Yep.
She seems very smoked out.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
That would be the top 7 people.
Okay.
Acting wise, I mean, it's too many actors out there. Some of them I don't even know their names. They're just dope.
Yeah.
Right.
But you know who I think, as far as an actor that you would like vibe with, and I don't even know why. It just came to me. Lakeith Stanfield.
Yes, he's dope. I
Yeah.
remember I saw him at the mall in Burbank.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm super low key and I don't even want to bother anybody. So
Yeah.
I didn't even say anything to him. But there was no reason why I couldn't have, because nobody was bothering him, nobody was around him. He kind of looks a little thuggish if you think about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Not that he's scary, but he has tattoos and stuff. You just don't see it on the screen.
Right.
But I wanted to be like, dude, I like your work, because I would do that mostly. But sometimes you gotta feel the room, see their vibe.
That's
Mhm.
true.
They look really like he's not gonna flip, but you don't want to bother someone.
Right.
I'm that type. I don't want to bother you.
Right.
Yep.
I will admire you from a distance.
Right.
So I'm glad you said that, because yes, he's pretty dope. And a friend of mine was saying, why is he so popular? It's like, because he's sort of like that. He's kind of like the average guy.
Right.
He's not a pretty boy. He's just average Joe. He's like the average black
Yep.
man.
Yeah. That's true.
Yep.
So I'm definitely a fan of his, and he goes to different movies. So he's
Yep.
not like stuck in good flicks and nothing. He's done major Hollywood movies.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
And he still has the same vibe.
Mhm.
Like if you watch his interviews, he's just like super chill.
Mhm.
Right.
He barely says anything sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And that's a good call. That's a good call. He's a good actor.
He is. I just now starting to get into him. We went to the movies and watched this last movie, which was
The Photograph.
The
With
Photograph.
Issa Rae.
Yeah.
Right.
It was pretty.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Oh,
It's pretty good.
It was so good.
When was that? That was like right before.
It was Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I was super busy, and then I was like, we're gonna see this, and we're gonna see this, and I was busy, and then everything happened. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty good.
Yep.
It'll be on video, like.
No, it's released now for streaming.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Because I keep seeing it come up on Instagram.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
The soundtrack was good too. You might really like the soundtrack.
Soundtrack
I
was
listen to
good.
it all the time.
Yeah. Because I heard some of the tracks in the trailer. I was like, okay, so they're picking all the songs I like to sell this movie. So,
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a vibe.
Okay.
Yep.
You have
What
anything
else?
else?
What else you got?
Man, I'm all out, man. Anything that we didn't ask that you want everybody to know?
Well, I mean, you can always follow me at DJ Abbott. That's DJ ABBYAB on Instagram. I put a lot of cool little things up there.
Okay.
And, you can always check out the website to see some of the samples of stuff that I'm talking about, which is it's my name, Abdul Malik Abbott, ABBOTT.com, AbdulMalikAbbott.com. So you'll see all the projects that I'm talking about, plus projects that I haven't even mentioned.
Right.
I don't have a photo album on the website, because every time I put photos, people steal it. So
Wow.
I decided not to do that anymore.
Yeah.
once my couple famous Jay-Z Biggie shots suddenly turned into T-shirts.
Oh, right.
I'm not making money off of them.
That's true.
I
Dang.
made that. I'm very hurt on that. Like,
Wait a minute. So you took the picture of Biggie and Jay side by side?
yeah, the one that Jay-Z has the hat on and Biggie.
I have that T-shirt and they are selling out.
Okay.
I never knew you took that. That's my favorite T-shirt.
Yeah.
And then we got it out of what? H&M? H&M or something like
H&M.
that sells that.
H&M. Okay, if you got an H&M, then you got the legit copy.
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
the legit one. Yeah, I didn't get it on the street.
Nope. No.
Years later, Biggs, maybe not that one.
Wow.
Maybe
That's
2
crazy.
years ago, Biggs had asked me if he can license the picture. So,
Okay.
and he was in charge of it. But there was already, people were already making those.
Yeah.
Right.
And they were already being like years ago. And then when I find it on Instagram, I tell people, you gotta take that down. They stop bootlegging, but you don't have the rights to do that. But I took that picture.
Wow.
No, the other one, the other shot is big because Vicky was
No.
I'm holding that one to myself. But
Wow.
it was just like we were shooting a video and I took just two shots, maybe 4 shots, because the other shot, Foxy Brown is in the other shot.
Right.
So,
Wow.
basically. But that was not, and then there was another one where it's me, Jay, Biggie, another rapper, I forgot his name, standing up, and I'm sitting down like the jailhouse pose.
Okay.
That one's all over the internet as well.
Wow.
I had put those on my website, and people just snatch them up.
Now y'all gotta stop bootlegging my man's stuff, man.
So if you see on my Instagram, it says, please don't steal my pictures.
Yeah, fact.
Shit, yeah, it is.
Wow.
So,
I never knew that.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, I used to do photography as well. So I did shoot some of Jay-Z's pictures for his promos. So there's a picture of Jay with a black leather coat and a Scully standing in these archways.
Yeah, I think I seen that one.
That was a dope shot, and I always liked that shot. Actually, I went back to that location years later, like last year or 2018. Right back to that same location and took a selfie and did like this comparison. And that area, and luckily that building was like one of the only buildings that didn't get destroyed by the 9/11.
Wow.
Across the street was the World Trade Center, but that obviously ain't there anymore.
Right.
When I took it, when I shot a lot of, another thing I used to do with these videos, I would just always try to put the World Trade Center in the background because that was always my favorite building. So there's a theme in like a lot of his videos.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't look, you'll see, oh, there's a World Trade Center. Oh, there's a World
Yes,
Trade Center.
I've seen it a lot. Yeah. Wow. That's dope.
Yeah, so I can't think of anything else. I mean, there's a lot of other artists I work with, but it's sort of like, the ones that I do remember kind of fit in this circle of the Jay-Z world.
So you was around Foxy back then when she was, when she was coming up.
Yeah, well, the Ain't No video was the first video she was ever in, actually.
Right.
That was her video.
Oh wow.
So,
Yeah.
Well, I don't recall her doing that many videos. I know she did another video with Jay, but I didn't do it. Other people did it.
Yeah.
Someone else did it. Besides that one with Jay, there's not a lot of Foxy Brown videos that come to mind.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think we do that a lot.
What you mean besides that? Yeah, I think that was the first one. That's dope. Now you got some iconic stories, man. You have some iconic stories.
Oh yeah. I try to anyway. I think still people don't want more than a couple female rappers to
Right.
eat. I don't know why. It's like you can't have more than 2 or 3. It's like,
Right.
And then when you're top 2, they're gonna fight each other.
That's true.
Yep.
Which is relevant, I guess, because that's what Cardi B and
Nikki.
what's her name?
Nikki.
Nikki.
Renee. Nikki, yeah.
Yeah,
Why
Nick.
they fighting you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then what happened to Nicki Minaj? She just fell off.
She did. She did.
She like quit.
She quit.
She quit.
Is she?
She said she quit.
Oh.
Yeah. She like went on a tweet thing and was like, I'm done with rapping, I'm done with music. She like announced it. And then everybody was, thought she was capping and she was like,
Right.
no, I'm not capping. This it. And she like apparently like that was right before she supposedly got married and everything.
Oh yeah. I think. Okay, now I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. She did say that.
Yeah, so I guess I try to stay away from the gossip and all that stuff.
That's the
Right.
best way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have no idea what goes on Love and anything, Love and Hip Hop, whatever shows you
We
can
don't
guarantee,
either.
I don't know. And that's on purpose.
Right.
Yep.
I don't know what's real, what's fake.
Yep.
I got my own life I got to deal with, so I don't want to watch other people's problems on TV.
Would you ever work with if they asked you to work on like a Love and Hip Hop Housewives type
something.
thing? Would you consider that?
I mean, I would never turn down money, but
Right.
to me, it's working on reality shows is sort of different. I've worked on one, so it's a different animal on being creative because either you're sitting around waiting for something to happen or you're making stuff happen.
Yep.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I never watched those shows. The only time I skimmed past it, in 5 minutes, there's a fight.
Yep.
Right.
I don't think is that reality? Like,
Right.
I don't know how many fights. You guys start fighting every 5 minutes. I mean, as a married couple, maybe, but not in public.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
don't think y'all just start throwing chairs at each other.
Nope.
I found it to be a little extra. Like,
It is.
Y'all doing that like for real. So I just got turned off on that. So I'm not a big reality show fan. I think the only show I worked on was I'm Gonna Fix My Life.
Oh, you worked on that show?
Yeah, but that was less reality and more like
Right.
self-healing.
Right.
It's like a video psychiatrist section. Movie, a TV show about fixing your brain, basically.
Right.
Right.
But I was on the set, so I didn't see anyone or anything. I started arguing or acting up. When people started acting up, you started to be like, oh, what's going on here? Because it was so rare.
Right.
Exactly.
Somebody would act out.
Not now.
Besides that, it's not my cup of tea, so
Yeah.
it's not nothing I pursued, so I couldn't tell you. If someone offered me to produce it,
Right.
but I wouldn't be happy, but I'll be happy to cash that check.
I know, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're gonna kind of wrap it up a little bit. What for the young people younger than us that's like trying to get into like film directing or video directing, like what's some key quotes, some key components to what you've done that can actually help them?
Well, at least maybe study the craft. It's a craft. It's not a hobby.
Right.
Some people treat it like a hobby. That's okay because photography could be a hobby. So if you're trying to create something, it also depends on what you want to do because there's so many different levels.
That's
to it.
true.
So if you want to be a director, learn how to direct. If you want to be a cameraman, learn how to be a cameraman. If you want to be an editor, pick what you want to do and be the master of something. At least master 1, 2, 3, and 4 versus half-ass everything.
Right.
Like I said, I spent 6 years in film school, 4 years, which was college, 2 years was while I was in high school at the college taking weekend classes. So that's a 6-year commitment of just learning.
Right.
And a bunch of years in the field observing and watching, learning set etiquette, learning who does what, know how to talk to people, what does what department is this. I mean, it's so much, it's a business.
Right.
It's a business that the level here and the level there is so different.
Yeah.
Because there's people who've made a lifetime career out of it and they're not trying to let you in. So you gotta know, depending on your skin tone, by the way.
Absolutely.
You gotta have more than everybody.
Mm.
So that's why I say we must master at least 4 things.
Hmm.
And maybe not tell everybody the master of 4 things. Focus on one of them, but be able to do 2 or 3 more.
Right.
Absolutely.
But know it backwards and forwards. Be able to quote other film directors, other styles. You know, it's not even a game. It's a career.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, if you just want to shoot stuff and put stuff on YouTube, there's millions of people that are doing it. That's a whole nother way of observing the film world and doing stuff on YouTube versus doing stuff that's going to be on Netflix.
Right.
It's 2 different things. That's the best way to compare.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to let any bullshit. They don't let bullshit on Netflix.
Right.
Whether you like it or not, it's still not bullshit. You know, it's
Right.
still well-produced.
Absolutely.
Story, corny or whatever, but it's really about what you're trying to do. Right now, the digital age has made it more accessible for folks to be able to do stuff without having any skills.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have to figure out how you're going to get yourself out of that pool of everybody who can now pick up their phone and shoot something
Yep.
without knowing how to use anything.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Absolutely.
What do you do with it after that? You know how to edit? Okay, you can learn on the phone.
Right.
That's another skill, but that's not, you want someone to pay you $500
Yep.
a day
Mhm.
to edit. You want to try to figure that out for 600 or whatever your quote is.
Mm-hmm.
There's money to be made, so you got to figure out how to get it.
Absolutely.
Getting it, you can get it a few ways, but you might as well do it the legal way,
Mhm.
where you become someone that people want to work with. You have unique skills, you know what you're doing, and you can work fast and efficient. So, only thing I can say is if study, there's a lot of film schools out here in
Mhm.
LA and New York. Just be focused. Don't try to be a celebrity, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing that they want. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, you know that already, because there's plenty of fake celebrities, Instagram celebrities
Oof.
out there.
Yep. Yep.
And yes, there are some of them who actually made it to mainstream. And when I say mainstream, I just mean they're making money.
Right.
Like, take one step at a time, basically. But like I said, a million times, just focus on what you want to do and get good at it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And just don't focus on likes too. You actually gotta make money.
There you go. There you go. I think the biggest thing that this generation, even people that's our age, they worry about the money more than the actual passion. And when you talk about your career and the things you've done, it's always passion first.
Right.
And that when you go with passion first, you make classics. It's like everlasting greatness that you do. When you go for money, it's not always the same.
Yep.
Right. I agree. Yeah, it's also, just to put it in perspective,
Mm-hmm.
what I do could be considered a hobby at some point until you start making money at it.
Right.
Even when music could be a hobby. Photography could be a hobby. Making films, that's a hard hobby because then you gotta bring other people in unless it's just you.
Right.
In front of the camera itself. So it's less of a hobby when it becomes more of a narrative type storyline and all that stuff. But writing could be a hobby until you realize, I just spent weeks and months writing this script.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make some money. And so it all leads to money to turn you into a professional.
Right.
So that's what makes you a professional by getting compensated for your art. So it's nice to get compensated for your art. So why not be an artist that has passion? The whole idea that you can make money from your passion.
Absolutely.
Versus, I just want money, I want fame.
Right.
We already know that work.
Right.
If you think about it, it's really not that many famous people out there.
Right.
There's billions of people on the earth.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a billion famous. It's not a million famous people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might recognize, but why? Because they're on a professional project.
Mm.
Right. Wow. You have anything? Well, Abdul, we appreciate you to take the time out today to have this conversation with us, brother. I love your work. I love everything you do, and you have the best stories. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, man.
I'm sure there's more. You gotta hit the right switch for me to remember them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys reaching back out.
Yeah.
And we can do it again.
Yeah.
Once we figure out how to do something where we actually show some videos and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, we have to do it. So you heard it from him. We're gonna have a part 3 to this. Yeah, man. But I appreciate you. I appreciate you, brother.
Okay. All right, guys. Make sure you check me out at AbdulMalikAbbott.com. You can check out some of the work, and I got some T-shirts that I sell.
Oh yeah.
Everything's on the website. It's just cool little. I got some T-shirts with some cool phrases on it, some film phrases. I got
Okay.
Just fun stuff. It's not expensive, but
Yeah, yeah.
We definitely gonna support. My wife and I definitely gonna go on your website and cop some T-shirts from you, man.
Yep.
cool. And then you can see some of the music. It links to my website for the music too.
Absolutely.
At bossmusicny.com. It's all cool, mellow stuff, very Sade-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chill.
That's my vibe.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, you stay safe.
Thank you too.
You too. Thank you. Bye bye.
All right.